we get to go back to the channel today, we're here to talk about what is one day away, the Europa League final. And a lot of scariness going on. Let's talk about the results. Let's talk about the results in the past and how they've been over this past year. We played Spurs 3 times. We lost to them 1-0 to a really dodgy goal from Maddison. Once again, a game we shouldn't have lost. A game we shouldn't have lost. I'm going to stand on that ground. A game we shouldn't have lost. The 4-3, which highlighted how poor both team seasons have been. And it could have gone either way. It really could have. It just went that United made more mistakes than Spurs did. 4-3. And then the 3-0 result where it was 1-0. Deservedly 1-0 to Spurs at the time. And then Bruno got sent off. And then the game went away from us after that. We were, probably going to be the better team in the second half as well. And Bruno, undeservedly got sent off. So you got to take these results with a pinch of salt. And maybe I'm being biased there, but you've got to take the results with a pinch of salt. And then we drew 2 all of them last year and lost 2-0 as well. Ange has got the better of United over the past, well, the whole time he's been here. But before that, Spurs hadn't beaten us 5. The Spurs team knows how to lose, right? The Spurs team knows how to lose. The Spurs team knows how to lose in finals as well. It's what Spurs do best. Because, come on, lads, it's Tottenham. That's all I've got to keep on saying. It's Tottenham, lads. It's Tottenham. Obviously, there's a couple of factors that have gone into it. Like Newcastle ending their trophyless run. Like Crystal Palace getting their first ever trophy. Like Bologna ending theirs. Go Ahead Eagles ending theirs. Plenty of teams across Europe ending trophy droughts. And it looks like PSG might be ending theirs next week as well, with a Champions League, ending that Champions League drought that they've been craving. They've been building for it. So yeah, I am scared in that sense of like, oh, maybe it is Spurs this year. Harry Kane ending his trophyless run. Come on, lads, it's Tottenham. Let's go and talk about the teams. Right, let's go talk about the teams. This is my predicted lineups. My predicted lineups for what's going to happen is Onana, Mazraoui, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw and Dorgu is in the United's defence, with Casemiro and Bruno making up the midfield. They've been a constant midfield partnership in the European run. Ahmad, Haaland and Garnacho front. Haaland is the only striker that we currently have. Ahmad has to start, and then Garnacho, I'm just going to start Garnacho over Mount for now, and then I like Mount off the bench. Mount's a good impact player and we can use him in different positions, and that's what I like about him. And then Spurs with Vicario, Porro, Van de Ven, Romero and Udogie, a very strong defence, their strongest defence that they could have. Bentancur, Bissouma and Sarr, probably not the midfield that they want because of the injuries. And then Johnson, Solanke and Son up front as well. Son, trying to get his first trophy of his career as well. A lot of players here going for their first trophy in their career, so you can kind of lean one way and the other. Obviously, United's players were in last year's FA Cup final, most of them. I think there's only 3 players in this team that weren't in that team. No, 2 players. Bass and Dorgu, the 2 wing backs, the 2 key positions for how this formation sets up for United right now. Lindelof has to get in there because of the injuries that we have right now. I'd like to have seen Euro or the Lit start the game, but they're just not. They're not going to. And Shaw alongside Maguire. I like Shaw in that first centre back role. Obviously, it's weird because United's defence is weakened, but their attack is probably at full strength, and they have the best range you can have apart from Xerxes. And then Spurs' defence is full strength, whilst their attack is a bit iffy in there. So it's going to be interesting in seeing that battle, but once again, just seeing that this does not give me any confidence. Let's talk about how the teams are going to be lining up then. If we get all the players on the pitch, and we'll start moving it around, and we'll talk about what's going to happen there. Give me 1 second whilst we do this. Just let me get everyone on the pitch, and then we can start manoeuvring players around and stuff like that. And as you can see, this is how roughly how the team's going to set up. I actually imagine Spurs are going to be more like this because they love that high line. They're going to be very, very high up in United for the game, which is going to push us back. Is going to push, Bruno Casemiro to be there. But I think with the players like Garnacho and Ahmad, we are going to exploit space very well. Then balls into Haaland, allowing. What Haaland really needs to do is occupy Van de Ven and cause Van de Ven to be the one that is having to put the pressure on him, and then putting the balls in behind for Garnacho or Ahmad, where Udogie. So Van de Ven will be on the left side, pulls him here, and then Garnacho runs or Ahmad runs, it pushes Udogie and Romero ones have to run back, preferably Garnacho, I would say. Surprisingly, I say preferably Garnacho, because Van de Ven is absolutely rapid. He's a steam train. He would get back and hopefully, you know, make the pass to Ahmad here. Ahmad, goal. That's what we should be looking at doing, is occupying Van de Ven, right? Haaland will want a tussle with Romero, but he needs to be the one that's tussling with Van de Ven and allowing Romero to be caught out on that. I mean, Romero's not slow, but compared to Van de Ven's rapid. Obviously, big exploitation of us that we do a lot, and I think Mazraoui can make that ball. Casemiro can make that ball, and Bruno loves to make that ball. Is that wide ball out to Dorgu, you know, and it's doubling up on Pedro Porro over here, who, you know, defensively is a bit sloppy sometimes, and it's going to allow us to get our space in there. But Dorgu has to be strong against Porro, who is, you know, attacking wise very strong. But I think Luke Shaw and Dorgu can create a good partnership there and deal with the threat coming from Johnson and from Porro. I don't think Spurs midfield is going to cause too much threat throughout the game. It is going to be these wide positions. Lindelof against Son, but Mazraoui, you know, and Son can deal with that pretty well. And then Maguire and Solanke, no issues there. Maguire's been solid all year round, and he's going to marshal his defence very well. It's just this guy. This is where this guy wants to you know, have a game. You know, sometimes these chaos inside his brain, and it just, you know, fries. But last time he was in the European final, he played fucking amazingly. So, you know, hopefully he pulls out what he did against City. Obviously only getting beat by that one goal, but, you know, it's weird having myself, obviously, because I said that midfield three is a strong midfield three. It will be Sam, you know, all three of them can be that player to, you know, create that pass, but I don't think any of them have really got it in them to create I don't see where Spurs have it in the team that are going to make a ball that's going to, like, absolutely rip United apart. Defensively, I think United's, with Maguire in there and Shaw in there, it's experience. We have a very experienced defence right now with Maguire, Lindelof and Shaw. They've been through it. You know, they've been here before. They've won it before. Maguire hasn't. Shaw and Lindelof have. But yeah, I mean, it is about occupying Van de Ven in terms of making him put the pressure on, so that he comes into deep into it and leaves Romero back, because quite often Van de Ven is one that stays a bit further back, because, you know, he's got the pace to be able to cover where he needs to cover. But if we don't allow him that luxury, if we make Haaland put the pressure on him, I think we're fine. And I think Haaland gives him a run for his money as well in terms of pace. Haaland's not a slow man. But I do think we have to rely a lot on Bruno still. Bruno making them balls out wide, over to Garnacho, over to when Dorgu makes them runs, over Ahmad, and then when Mazraoui makes his runs as well. Mazraoui prefers to come inside, to be fair, and then support Casemiro, who, you know, can make the balls over for Haaland. And I think there'll be a lot of space to be exploited in Spurs' defence for United's attack. I just don't see where the space is going to happen in United. It's going to be individual error, like it has been all season. I'm waiting to see it, but that doesn't stop me from believing. It doesn't stop me from believing, and I do have belief. I have belief that we can do it. That's all we can have, right? Is to hope that kills us, and I've got plenty of hope. That is going to be the end of the video, guys. Let me know your predictions down in the comments. Let me know how you think it's going to go. Let me know how you like the video. If you like the video, please leave a like. See more, subscribe. There's more on the channel every single day. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you do. See you next time. Cheers.